You have now joined the Education Evolution and you're listening to Hall Pass to the Real World. This is a podcast for the thinkers, the doers, and everyone who knows that sometimes the most important lessons are not always taught in school. I am your host, Lindsay, affectionately known as Miss Black. And before we jump into today's episode, I just want to acknowledge something. Y'all, it's December. Somehow we have made it to the last month of the year. Round of applause for all of us, because I know for some, especially myself, it's not been the easiest year. No. But what has kept me grounded is goals that I've set for myself. And we actually have a goal that we have set, we're trying to hit before the year is out. And we're trying to get to 400 subscribers on YouTube this month. We've already made some traction. I think we got about 40 more before we hit our goal. So if you have not subscribed yet, please help us hit our goal for December. And if you have any goals that you're trying to hit before the year is out, more power to you. Today, we're going to discuss a current event within education that has reached you. No matter what field you're in, no matter what building you work in, I just have a strong feeling like it would be crazy if this current event, if this would be the first time that you're hearing about it, honestly, truly. Because there's really no way you haven't heard it. You probably heard it like once or twice or maybe 6, 7 times. I cannot do that without laughing because it's so funny to me. So yes, we are discussing the origin of the term 6-7. Hall Pass to the Real World is really our opportunity to discuss a current event. Hall Pass to the Real World is really our opportunity to discuss a current event that is happening within education, but really dig into its ties to the real world. So it's just so funny that this phrase 6-7 has really taken the nation by storm. Now, if you live under a rock and you've never heard the term 6-7, let me dial it back just to explain to you. There's a rapper named Skrilla. Skrilla has a song called 6-7 that was dropped in February of this year. And the internet does what the internet does, and took a snippet of the song on TikTok and just blew it up. Okay. So the snippet has the 6-7 piece that's playing in it. What happened was the snippet was attached really to like basketball type of videos. So they might have like LaMelo Ball or something, or some other 6-7 basketball player in the video and have the sound on it. And then from there, it just kind of took over the teenagers and the kids within social media. The crazy part, though, what I think is insane, is that dictionary.com actually named it Word of the Year. Dictionary.com named 2 numbers Word of the Year. The power and the impact is here. So I guess we should talk about what it means. And honestly, it's a pretty ambiguous term, so it can mean whatever you want it to mean. Some people use it like literally. So if they're talking about a player that's 6-7, they might just say 6-7. It could mean like either or maybe something's like mediocre, or like you just feel like meh about something. Then you use 6-7, say 6-7, and then use the hands. So it's spilled into kids' life from social media and TikTok and such, which means that it naturally has spilled into classrooms and buildings. Now, I read an article about teachers who were embracing 6-7, because if you can't beat them, join them. And it is really, when stuff goes viral in the classroom, y'all. I mean, we were the kids that had things go viral before like TikTok viral was a thing in the classrooms. But when stuff goes viral into the classroom, the kids really beat it into the ground. They don't even be funny no more. But as an educator, like I said, you can't beat them. You better join them. So I'm gonna tell you about some ways that I think it was just real creative for these educators to join the kids in this 6-7 wave. I was actually in choir all through elementary and high school. So I thought it was really cool to see a choir teacher that actually mixed 6-7 into her warm-ups. So you can see on TikTok, she's like playing the keys, playing the notes on the piano, and the kids are coming back with 6-7. I'm like, yeah. Halloween's my favorite holiday. So I was even more excited to see the teachers really went all out, and teachers dressed up as 6 and 7 for the holiday. Teachers are using it as a call and response to get students' attention. So if I'm the teacher, I'm going to say 4-5, and then you will say, and hopefully you all just said 6-7. Now this last one I really think takes the cake, because this is, when we talk about culturally relevant and community in schools, this is what I'm talking about. There is one school that actually celebrated the 67th day of school. They had games and celebrations. I think that that is really cool. You know, if the kids are interested in, you somehow incorporate it into a way that still resembles the values of school and community. Like, bravo to them. My takeaway is that I think it's hilarious. I can see how it'd be very annoying in the classroom. And honestly, I love that these teachers really got into it. But the way that I was when I was in the building, look, you say 6-7 again, I'm taking 6-7 minutes off of your recess. How about that? Yeah. But I do think it's beautiful in a way where, like, kids are unified. You know, they can walk down the street and say 6-7, and another kid will like understand what they're talking about. I really enjoy how social media does connect people, especially kid, in a relatively like age appropriate way. But when the kids take it too far, they just take it too far. So I hope for the sake of the teachers that the trend is like really significantly dying down right now, because who wants to hear that over here? That concludes our episode, Hall Pass to the Real World. We use this episode to really draw the connection between what's going on in education and what's going on in reality, because oftentimes they are so interconnected, and it's our job to show you those connected pieces, even if it's something as simple as the numbers 6 and 7. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have not done so already, I would ask that you pause what you're doing and go subscribe to this episode, because we are trying to reach that goal of 400 subscribers before the end of the year. And if you thought this episode was informative in a way, or you thought it was interesting, I would ask that you send this episode to somebody else who also might think it's interesting. And with that, I'm wishing you a very productive week. I hope that it is also full of joy. Bye. See you next time.